Welcome back to the IBH Podcast. I'm here with Ethan. This is episode 13. Ethan always said he didn't really want to be on one, but
Yeah, here I am.
yep, we're gonna have a good conversation because he's basically like
The owner. I do everything.
what? No, he's like basically like our assistant, and like helps us with a lot of things.
I'm just an assistant, not trail supervisor, builder,
Well, yeah,
social media manager.
basically everything.
I'm just an assistant.
He's basically Charlie on crack. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
You probably can't say that on
but you're not
YouTube.
wrong. W Charlie though.
W Charlie.
I don't know what gang sign I just threw up, so if that offended anyone, I'm sorry.
But no, we have Ethan on the podcast today. We're excited to have him on. He knows a lot about what we do, and he's part of our team and works like on everything together. Like today, me and him were talking over Discord, like to get like documents and a whole bunch of stuff to make sure everything goes nice and smooth. Um, but really, he does a lot of things. But if you want to introduce yourself, you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, yeah. Hi guys, I'm Ethan. I started working for IBH 2 years ago when we were up in Portland, Maine. This year, obviously, last year we moved down to Wells, Maine. Um, that being said, I became a veteran with 1 year experience under Ian and Brady, and
Yeah.
then obviously the hunt got moved down to my house. I mean, you're gonna figure that out if you go to it. It's at my house
Yep.
in the woods.
Yep.
Became like a builder and pretty much right under Brady and Ian. So anyone that had questions came to me first. That way, Ian and Brady were free of just having everyone come up to them. So
Yeah. Kind of left us to like the most important stuff, and like all the tiny stuff, and like the stuff that needed to be addressed but not at the level that we are at went to him. Ethan's been such a great help throughout the years. I know it's a second year, but he really like couldn't ask for a person who's more determined and like ready to get shit on get shit going. We're like beyond grateful to have him. But he's like right under us. Basically like I don't even know what to call you, a fucking owner.
just call me a pro. What I do.
He's basically like one of the like right there. You know, he's right under us.
You come to me if you have questions, and then if it's that serious, I'll bring it to this guy.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, you want to explain kind of how you met and kind of got into it?
Well, I knew you did the haunt stuff in school because I remember the first year of high school or the junior year of high
I
school.
forgot it. Yeah,
You brought it up like in the class we took,
yeah,
and I knew about it, but I just didn't know like it was something that like was like big or like
yeah.
well, yeah. So then what? We became friends halfway through that year, right? Like January, I think.
Yeah,
February.
I would say our first year in that class was
The first half I didn't really know you.
yeah, we really weren't really close friends until like maybe the second year.
Yeah.
I would say our second year
We
was
sat next to each other in the first year towards the end.
yeah,
That was it.
Yeah, it was yeah. He went to another school, and um he transferred, well, not transferred, but he came to our school for the tech program that we took. And
Vocational school.
yeah, it's vocational school. My high school, had it. We both got into the same program, and we both, got in. Obviously, like I said,
Somehow.
and we kind of just it was 2-year program, our junior senior year, and then we really started getting really close like our senior year.
Yeah, senior year we got super close. I think
Um,
that was pretty much we became best friends, and you were
yeah,
coming over like constantly.
yeah. I was over there quite often.
You were definitely coming over like
It was
at
like
least like 50 times before I actually went to your house.
no, that's pretty accurate.
I hate going new places.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I went over his house quite often. Kind of got to the point where his mom started calling me her son, because I was over there all the time.
Literally all the time.
And it was like constant, which is fine because like I've always had like friends that like I've always been over their house and stuff and like constantly. But now that I have like two like main friends, like we're always over each other's houses like constantly. Like I'm over Ethan's
This
house
is literally
probably.
just a triangle. Well, we don't really go to Brady's house often, but it's literally just a triangle.
Yeah. Well, it's mostly your house.
How I met Brady was,
Holy shit.
oh my god, what was it? You were just like, you just wanted to introduce me to Brady, I think, or whatever.
Me and Brady were going somewhere, and I asked you. No, me and you were going somewhere. I think we were probably going to like Jetty or something.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then
the Jetty.
because we went there all the fucking time.
The
And then
the Jetty's life.
and then I texted Brady and I said, "Hey, you want to come with me and Ethan?" And then history was made.
Yep.
Now
History.
it's the Three Stooges.
We went to a grocery store and got those little poppet things with like
Holy
the gunpowder
crap.
in them. Like we got like 8 boxes of them, and then we drove through a town next to us where like it's like tourist heavy, and we were taking them and we were throwing them at people's feet on the sidewalk, and then it would scare the shit out of them because they would explode on their feet.
No one was injured.
Let's just say we didn't make the best decisions coming out of high school, but now here we are.
Yeah, we didn't. I mean, we didn't do anything like highly illegal. We didn't even get to the close to illegal. Probably just
We had to wait 2 years to bring up that story online. The lawyer told me. Because now it's too far.
oh
They
yeah,
can't prove it.
yeah. It's been a long time.
But then I don't know. Me and Brady started like snapping and stuff, and like we realized that we also had like some interests, like especially like fishing wise. So I went fishing with him for like the first time, and literally the second time we went fishing, we went right to Cabela's, and I dropped like a good $600 on fishing gear, because that's when I was like working like 60 hours, 40, 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
Did that, and then got to know him so much more. And then what? Well, because I went to Hudson for a year, and then it was that summer. So that summer,
It was the summer.
it was that summer that
Yeah,
I
because when
went
you
to.
were
I
home.
started the haunt because I did a year at college, and I came back and was doing it online.
Because yeah, you went to college. We knew each other. We were like really close friends. It was kind of like one of those friendships where it was like me and Brady, and then me and Ethan, and like never combined. It was just like two separate friend groups.
Yeah, you were just in the middle.
Yeah, I was just stuck in the middle.
Now I'm in the middle.
Okay, dude. And so yeah, the first year I went, I remember I went to your dorm for your birthday.
God,
That was freaking ridiculous. We did some crazy stuff at the dorm.
college dorm rooms are just.
I don't bring 4 adult males into a dorm room.
We somehow fit 3 guys on
Yeah, we
one
fit
dorm room
3.
bed.
Like me and Ethan are pretty big guys. You add another what? 6. He was 6'2".
He was like 6'3",
6'3", maybe 200 and something pounds.
like 250,
Yeah.
260.
Yeah, you fit 3 guys. I'm surprised that bed didn't snap in half. But no, we fit 3 pretty hefty men in that bed.
We tipped our waitress $120.
Oh my god, we need to say that. We need to tell that story.
No, that story, I will forever hate that night. Because all you guys wanted me to do was ride the stupid saddle.
I'm telling the story. It was funny.
What was her name anyway?
I don't know. But no, we went to Ethan's dorm. and he was at the dorm for the first year, and we were like, let's go out to birthday dinner for Ethan. And it was his roommate and then one of his buddies that was in college, and then me. I went up for the, what, 2 days?
Yeah, you were
One or
here
two
for
days.
the weekend, I think.
Yeah.
Far
and then
drive.
oh yeah, it's like 3 hour drive. Then we went to Texas Roadhouse.
Yep.
Went to Texas Roadhouse, and we had a waitress, and again, you have 4 college kids saying stuff that you probably shouldn't say, just like swearing and being college kids. And she kind of had like that sense of like had that sense of like urgency on her face, or that sense of like, I don't know. She didn't really enjoy it. She kind of had that look on her face like, I don't know. I don't know if like, I don't know. She was annoyed a little bit.
Yeah. She
Um
eased into it though.
but yeah, so we but yeah, we were like, we got our food, all that stuff. Um yeah, so we got all our food and all that stuff, and we were just like basically screwing around. And then by the end of the meal, Ethan put out money, paid for his meal, put out more money. I paid for my meal, put out my money. And then um Alex put out his money. And then I don't even think
I generally felt bad because we were being very obnoxious, like annoying. So
we were being college kids.
yeah, so I literally, because I got birthday money, so I literally gave her my birthday money. I gave her I got like $150, and I was like, here.
Yeah.
I literally just
I put down $20.
I asked for a 20 back.
Yeah.
That was it, because I was just like, I just want it for a full tank of gas, and you can just have the 80. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I put down 20. I think Alex put down like 10 or 15.
Yeah.
And then he gave out the rest. So we tipped her like $130 or something. And she like came over. She's like, "No, guys, you don't need to do this."
Yeah, she started tearing up.
She
and
started
stuff.
like crying and stuff.
I felt like Mr. Beast.
Yeah, no, I will never. I wish I could be like that, but no, it was funny.
I definitely wish I could.
But we told the waitress this. What kind of annoyed her? We told the waitress. Me and Alex told the waitress while Ethan was. I think he went to the bathroom or something.
No, I was there. I was on my phone.
Oh, we told the waitress that it was his birthday and he had to go in the saddle. And
I sat up on that thing, and everyone looked at me in the restaurant, and it was just like the most awkward 30 seconds of my life. Because
you seemed
there was like a
fucking
wall
awkward.
here, and then the other like booths, and then they had me facing pretty much where those 2 booths were, and then the entire restaurant was behind me. So like my back was turned to everyone.
I didn't realize that until you just said it. Yeah, what the? Why would they face you that way?
I don't know.
They faced you towards a wall. But yeah. So we tipped her pretty well. It was funny. But then, obviously, like he came back for that summer, and he decided that he wasn't gonna go back. And
At least in person. I did online for another year.
Yeah. And so then he met Brady, and yeah, you can start from there. I know where it's all over the place, but
yeah, it's okay. Well, obviously, me and Brady like became like best friends too. So now we have like this trio friend group that's like now
unbreakable.
It's our life now.
Yeah.
And obviously, Brady being the sole like starter of IBH, he started talking about the haunt and stuff, and how me and Ian do it every year, whatever. We set this up and blah blah blah. We did it in this canopy. Obviously, he's got pictures and videos and showed me all that, and immediately I like became interested because it was just like it seemed like such a fun and like good idea. So then, obviously, like September, August came around, and then we like really started to like talk about it. Because we were like, okay, we got to get ready. Because he was talking about how Nana was going to let us build like a month before and whatever. But obviously that didn't happen. We had 2 weeks to set up.
Yeah, we had 2-3 weeks to set up our whole entire haunt.
That was pretty much the most stressful 2 weeks.
I like I said in a couple podcasts, it was probably like the worst year I've ever had.
Yeah,
For haunt building.
I could tell you definitely just were not in it to win it that
No,
season, but
it was just mentally draining. Our haunt in Portland was about 45 minutes away. It was
that
like
too, the
an
drive,
hour.
having to drive up there and build and then
Yeah,
drive back down,
it was
just
like about an hour for Brady, and we just by the end of it was just fucking beat.
yeah.
But
It's definitely exhausting being like a builder and an actor because like especially last year. Luckily, I didn't act last year. I was in charge of all the audio and the fog machines and the lighting and make sure everything was staying operational when they were all scaring. But for the 23 season, you would do all the building and then you had the acting, and the acting was what, like 3 hours, 4 hours.
yeah, it really depends on the night.
You enjoy it, but you become so burnt out and miserable
Yeah,
in that matter of like 3 days of doing it.
even last year I was burnt out in like
Yeah.
an hour and a half. You get like so like you scare for like an hour and a half, then you're like just your body's just like completely shutting down on you. And that's the biggest thing we tell our actors too, and like that's the biggest thing he like does with our actors. And that's the other thing he does is he really like talks to them and like tells them about like you got to take care of yourself. Like yeah, you have a mask on, but that mask is just you're just profusely sweating. So like you need to stay hydrated. You need to be, you know,
Multivitamin
yeah,
every day,
yeah,
honey, tea, anything that can help your throat. Like I have a whole like packet of like stuff that you need to do because it's just like I can't have you going out there and not taking care of your body because
yeah.
it as simple and easy as it sounds, just sitting there and scaring, it is actually
It's
the biggest
yeah,
like
it's exhausting.
yeah, it is exhausting because you're screaming at the top of your lungs. You have all these lines you say. You can
Yeah,
half the time you can't see in the dark, so you're always constantly aware of where you are. There's
yeah,
no just not thinking and then just doing like what you're supposed to do.
yeah. But yeah, no, there's a couple times where I caught myself. I like was going so hard last year, like in our haunt in Wells, like going completely so hard, and then going into the garage, pulling my mask off, and it was like I was catching like all the fresh air where it was just circulating my mask, like just
Yeah.
all the bad air, and it was just like,
And that's another
and
thing
that's the
is
other thing
it's
I wanted to,
cold.
yeah, I
It's
wanted to,
cold, or you're hot and then it's cold, and like it's such a unstable environment. Like it's a good environment to work in, right? Like you
yeah,
get to act and have fun. But like when it comes down to the nighttime, you're gonna be super hot or super cold, and it's just gonna be like bouncing back and forth. Because if we're not busy and you're standing around, you're gonna get cold, and then all of a sudden you're gonna be jumping around, you're gonna get hot.
yeah. But the 2023 season, Ethan was there to do the Q line. He wasn't meant to scare. We told him he didn't have to scare. Um, but by two, maybe midway day through day two, we did 3 days.
Yeah, I started scaring.
He started scaring, which was a huge help. Him, and Brady all had our own like pathways and stuff, and we did all our own
We were
pathways.
pretty much in sync of where we were
Yeah,
because it wasn't too big, and we like pretty much knew where everyone would be.
yeah. So yeah, it got really well done after. It really took a toll on us the 2023 season. Just because we went from building to literally a day break to then our season starts. And yeah, our season was only 3 days. Um, Compared to what we did this year, we did a whole week. We did a whole 5 days, which was a whole nother, whole nother. It's completely different to what our 23
We
season
can
was.
talk about it right after because
Yeah,
I could rant about that forever.
yeah. Um, and that's the thing. Like we, and then after the 23 season, Ethan, Ethan, and Brady really sat down and were like, "Hey, we can really do something special here." I flat out told them I like was miserable. Like I told them I was like, "I'm miserable. I don't want to do this." But it really then put on another perspective in my eyes and Brady's eyes that we don't have a place, and that's where crap hit the fan. Um, we started panicking because we didn't have a place to go. We could have gone back to Portland. Did we want to go back to Portland? No. Um, I shouldn't say no, because if you're watching this and you're from Portland and you went to our haunt, um, we loved it there. Don't get us wrong. It started our company. It started our business. It started everything that we named IBH. That's where it all started. IBH Production started there, and it's really been it really I made us open our eyes like this is this is gonna go somewhere. Like this is gonna be huge. Um, but the way 2023 went and the way
Yeah.
the haunt was, there was no possible way, sorry, no possible way that we would have built a haunt there bigger without being shut down.
Yeah, we were pretty much out of space.
We could have, don't get me wrong, we could have put one together, but it was it was probably the capacity.
Yeah, because we also went to Haunted Overload. As soon as I saw that, I was like, holy shit, we have potential. I was like, wow. I was like, because when we did the 23 season, I saw the people. I was like, okay, this is not something that's just like
And
a
that's
joke.
yeah, that's
I
the
was
other
like,
thing.
they're being serious. Like, there's a lot of people that actually go to this.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we told him this. Like, we've said this to him multiple times. Like, me and Brady are serious about this. I'm very serious about it. I want it. I want to entertain people for a living, and I want to show people. And like, our 22 and our 23 season, you saw pictures of it.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. The lines just were crazy. So no, it's been fun.
I can explain the 24 story if you want me to.
Yeah, and then after that, we basically, I'll go into it. Like, I'll lead you into it. Like, Brady, me, and Ethan sat down, and me and Brady started building a trail at his house. Um, because we were like, we gotta come up with something. Like, that's the only way we could possibly do it. The only way to put out a haunt is we have to find another place. Um, and we were like just panicking, running around, trying to find a place that we can go, trying to find another place we can go to build a haunt, and we were not getting any luck. And then we kind of did something that I don't know. Your parents kind of had no choice.
Well, they kind of had a choice, but my dad basically like we have a lot of fires at my house, so we need access in the woods. So he like just quickly like we leaf blowed like a small little trail, and like Brady came over one day and looked at it, and he was like, he like just like he does that Brady thing where he just stands there and he goes quiet because
Yeah,
he's thinking.
yeah,
So you gotta like snap him out of it,
yeah.
and then he'll like tell you.
Well, his brain's working. Like,
It's gonna overheat if you ask anything.
yeah,
Um, so he brought up the idea. He was like, oh my god, the haunt could be here, because I was talking about. I was like, Halloween used to like really be big here. Like
I
it
mean,
used
we
to be
did pretty well during
like,
Halloween this
but
year.
when I first moved in there was like a ton of people, and it died down because obviously newer like bigger neighborhoods opened up.
Yeah.
In that span of time, but it was still like somewhat popular. Like obviously, like the new generation of families moved in, and so then I brought it up with my dad and started talking about it, and it was like it was more like a 80% no and 20% maybe, maybe like a pinch
It was
of
like
like
a
yes.
10% yes, 10% maybe, and 80% no.
And so then I said, well, screw it. I'm gonna leaf blow out the trail bigger because I just want to see like what it could be like if I were to like make it like just a trail wider. And I was like, let's see what we can do. So then me and Brady like marked it out, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna take the leaf blower. I'm gonna blow it out. He raked behind me with like a metal rake, that way like made it somewhat flat. And then like we really saw like the potential because like we did like a few S turns, and then like once we did that turn, and it was just like we were already like 50% bigger than the 23 haunt. We were like, we have to do it here.
And there's a little backstory behind me and Brady. Me and Brady like have been friends for a long time. So, and we've been doing this for a while. And this is so 22, 23, 22 is when we started our first haunt, which like our actual like actually put a haunted house together. That's what I'm saying. We've been doing it for a long time before that, but 22, 22. So really from 22 on, me and Brady's had this mind link where our brains link together, and like me and him like can put a scene together that is like that, like the campfire scene. Me and him last year, if you see the walkthrough, me and him literally like me and him were standing there, and I was like, we need to put a campfire scene here. He's like, yep, tent there, logs here. We'll get logs for this. We'll do fire. We'll put fire in it. We'll light it, make it look like it's been used, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yep, I completely agree. Like, we built a scene with our minds interlinked in, like, no time. And, like, that's just the backstory behind me and Brady's. And it's so much helpful with his now because he can help us build scenes. But, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Little side view.
And then what was it, like I think halfway through the summer, like we were like,
we started building in June.
Yeah, we literally, my parents were like really iffy about it because we weren't sure, like obviously, like if someone got hurt, are they gonna blame us, or if something bad happens, is it gonna be on my parents? Like that, that stuff costs money if that stuff happens. That's just something,
the legality side of it.
Yeah, like something we don't want them to worry about. But we started working on it because we're like, it's either here or we're just gonna skip a season. We'll figure it out next season. So,
and that wasn't the talks. We were going to skip a season.
So we started building. Obviously we were 200 times the size of the 23 one. Like, so think of a rectangle. We were only supposed to go halfway through this rectangle, and then when me and Brady got halfway, we were like, why don't we just go the full length?
Let's just keep going.
Yeah, so we just did like a 10-minute like full on just trail, and that was probably the worst decision of our life because Ian obviously was busy with work, so it was solely like just me and Brady having to be there most like during like the daytime, trying to work, and we had near the end we had a few helpers, which was nice.
I really hope that from the sounds of it, I don't know how much, but that's beside.
We moved so many pallets. Oh my god.
Well, that's the biggest thing like people don't realize. Like, I don't know, like last year 80% of our builds was pallets.
Yeah, we used pallets for much of our build and just 2x4s.
2x4s and pallets.
This year it's gonna be way more.
Pallets are free.
Yeah. If you can find company, dude, any company, you go up and talk to them.
We're not telling you who our company is.
Yeah, that's secret. That's a secret stack.
Yeah.
Dude, when we saw we were like, oh yeah, go up back. We got a few. We went back and there was like 80 stacks of just pallets.
They're like, help yourself. I'm like, we took 3 truckloads of in my Tundra. We took 3 truckloads to the haunt, which luckily was down the street.
Yeah. It's a lot of work, and you gotta just realize. I think the thing that like if we beat ourselves about is like we do all this work for like 4 months and we hold it for like 3 days and then we tear it all down in a day.
Yeah, we don't.
We try not to talk about it because it makes it sound miserable.
It really, we try not to talk about it because it's like one of those things where if me, Brady, and Ethan were capable of staying open and consistently doing it and had the staff and had a company big enough to consistently do it every single day, every month, I think we would do it. I mean, we would drop everything for it. But it's just like, it's one of those things we don't talk about until like we get to that point because like at this point we're building for all summer to get to basically September is like our crunch time. We try to get our haunts done by the end of September. Well, last year at least.
Yeah, we went.
The years before
we went in October because we didn't know what we were doing.
So crunch time basically is September. We try to get our haunts done, and then you go from June all the way to September. This year we went all the way to like mid-October, and then you're open for 5 days, and it's like, yay!
And it's not like we're just some
And
property where we can't leave the stuff up. Like,
yeah,
we have to take it down.
yeah, and we're obviously like we love our supporters and our like our staff and all that stuff, and we really like enjoy seeing everyone like seeing what we built.
Yeah,
because it like adds that fuel to us to keep going.
it
But
definitely
it
gives
really
the town
for the
something to do.
for us as like higher ups and like people who are really passionate about it and want to continue building stuff for the community and get somewhere one day. It's one of those things where it's just like, oh, time to take it down. It sucks. Like, I mean,
I remember Brady showed up and me and Brady had everything pretty much down in like
oh yeah, no,
3 hours.
I got there and it was like already gone.
Yeah, we had all the pallets pretty much stacked up. At the fences we left up, obviously like the bigger the cabin we left up, the barn we left up, which unfortunately the barn took some damage 2 weeks ago.
We'll put some 2x4s into it.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know we were making it to like a church.
Yeah, I don't know yet. Well, it depends on what our.
I can already tell you we're probably gonna end up taking those two trees. The trees that hold up the roof thing, we'll probably just take those down, and we'll just build it out.
Yeah. But yeah, so Ethan does a lot of it. I mean,
I'm a lot of behind the scenes.
Yeah, so, I mean, I am too. We are both basically.
I'm very hidden.
Yeah.
You're gonna obviously like everyone comes to me for questions, but like I'm so busy that like you have to reach out, or like you have to find me, because if not, I can't go to them unless it's like something I need to go.
Yeah.
To them for.
He's been a great help. We're both very behind the scenes. Obviously, I'm running all like the camera stuff and like in front of the camera, and he's doing all the behind the camera stuff. But yeah, so he does a lot of the social media stuff too, and like that's the other thing. Like he is very good at all that stuff, like posting and getting stuff out, and I do a lot of it too. Like, but very not bare minimum, but
we will definitely need a company phone, or like because I will tell you, when you post on like, what was I in, like 20 different towns that surrounded us or whatever, oh my god, the amount of notifications you get of people reacting to it blows your phone up. And that was like,
yeah, so little behind backstory on that. Ethan, basically what he did, he decided, let's be a smart guy and go into every single, because on Facebook you have like the different communities and stuff. Like every town community has like a page.
I can guarantee you, if you look up your town, there's probably a page for it on Facebook.
Well, like, if you're in, Southern Maine, like near the Wells area.
I can tell you, anywhere in the United States, if you look up your town.
No way. There's no way.
Oh no, like that I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm talking about just general. Like everyone's gonna have a town page. I'm not. No, like in Southern Maine.
I thought you were. No. I was talking about the ones near us.
No, I'm in like
that you're in.
I'm in Southern Maine and like a few like New Hampshire ones.
Yeah. No. Yes, if you're
in Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, I'm in every single 50 state. You could look up every town, county. You can look up your zip code. I guarantee you, I'm in there.
Yeah.
Like swim.
Well, yeah. Obviously, I want an honest answer.
I don't know. It's
like, is there a goal that you want to get to as the social media?
Oh, I definitely want to like blow up. I mean, of course, everyone wants to blow up, but like this is something that can blow up. Yeah. It's just like me recording in my bathroom doing the fucking boogie woogie. This is something that like, Charlie can take clips of and put together, and I can just post it, or I can take clips or stuff and just post it. Like it's like, it feels more of a job than like if I were to just like try to become famous on myself. Like it feels like it's my duty to do it. Like it's like it's like something to like I feel like I have a purpose.
Yeah, it's a little different compared to like us, where me, Brady, Ethan. I mean, Brady does do quite a bit, but like as of right now, like me and Ethan are doing a lot of it. Like trying to find people for our podcasts, and
Brady's out recruiting on the slopes.
Yeah, he's finding people on the slopes.
He's handing out IBH flyers on the chairlift. He's like, hey, I have this company. You have to work for free, but you get to scare the shit out of people. I'm Brady. I'm from IBH Productions.
Yeah.
That's how he does it. Brady, if you're watching this with your girlfriend, we love you. I wish you would call me more. And to his girlfriend, me and him are going to go fishing all the time in the summer.
And you're not allowed.
95% of the time.
But yeah, no, it's one of those things where it does feel like a job. Like,
yeah.
For us, it's like we want to blow up so bad.
Like, I want it to happen. So it's like I'm definitely more motivated.
Especially
I just
this
don't
year.
have the clips right now. Like, I don't have anything to post.
Yeah, I think, yeah, we're gonna post a lot on TikTok. So if you're new on TikTok, or if you've been on TikTok, follow IBH Productions on TikTok. We're posting TikToks nonstop now.
Right now.
Right now. There's one going out right now, as we speak.
All right, next question.
What's a goal in general for IBH that you want?
I want more staff this year. I was gonna say like I want land. I want to build on land, but that's like a big goal. I want that.
That's like a
final boss goal.
that's like a final stage.
Yeah. I definitely want more people to help this year because it's definitely like a small family you build. Like how close we get because it's just we work so close and everyone's just like no. There's nowhere around here. Like obviously you got like the bigger haunt places, but like there's not many jobs where you'd be like or places you can volunteer. Actually, correct me on that. It's not really a job because you don't get paid, but like you're volunteering. But
one day, I promise.
You know, you get to be an actor. Like you have lines. You get to scream. You get to like wear a costume. Like I think it's crazy just to be like all these years I grew up and now here I am. We're fucking running a haunt.
Yeah.
Like we this could be the year we fucking explode. Like we that's another thing that I love. We have no idea what we're getting into, and I think living with that like question of like, because like last year we didn't think we were gonna get anyone. Like we were like, oh,
we really thought we were. We really thought we were just gonna just nothing.
Yeah.
But we did what 800, 900 people.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less.
Which is a lot for moving to a new location. Yeah, especially where we live. We don't live in it's not like we live in Atlanta
or a city like Portland.
Yeah,
like Portland's one of the biggest cities in Maine. Like we were there. No, those goals are what I'm right there with you. Like I want to blow up so bad. I know.
It's like that's everyone's dream. Oh, they want to be famous and blow up, but this is like a business. So like we want it to succeed. So like we're gonna say like anyone that obviously wants to blow up probably has like.
It's just like a cheesy answer. Like we want to blow up. We want to entertain you, but that's truly what we want to do. We really we want to turn this, and this is what the three of us have really
wanted to be a career.
Like we really want to put a product out there that you guys can go to in December or September or November. Like not just Halloween, that's not what we want. We want to be able to put out a product 4, 5, maybe even 6 months out of the year to give you guys.
Coyotes outside?
Someone rubbing their toes on the floor.
Actually,
it sounds like it. But no, we really want to like put such a good product out there and makeshift and create and come up with a unique haunted house that takes over the world, the country, to be one of the bigs, to be one of the pros, because we're passionate about it and we really want to be there. And the only way we can do it is to entertain you guys, to keep putting product out for you guys. And that's like the biggest thing me and him do is like we'll do this content and put these podcasts out. I don't care if we get 1 like. I don't care if we get 100 likes. I care that people are watching us and are subscribing to us and are enjoying the stuff we put out. Because I know he wants to, and I know TikTok. If we really go and like,
Yeah, speaking of TikTok, look at it.
did you just post it?
Yeah.
Yeah, IBH Production or IBH Prod on TikTok. If you are new, it's like we're very excited.
Hey, Sebastian liked the video an hour ago.
Nice, but no, we're excited.
What is that sound?
I don't know. But yeah, we're grinding away. We're putting content out. We're gonna do a podcast every week, like we say. Um, if you want to be part of a podcast, let us know.
The podcast app's only gonna get better.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We can't ever go down.
Yeah, it's only
as of right now. It's all only up, and
unless like a school bus flies through this window and kills us both.
all right,
Brady's on his own.
Brady probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah, probably not.
Brady probably couldn't do it.
Did you check the time or make sure it's recording?
Yeah. I have one more. I have a couple more questions. We're at 53.
We're chilling.
Let's try to get to
an hour.
An hour and 10.
God damn it, Ian.
Just an hour and 10. So,
like an hour long podcast.
17 minutes. We just need like.
How long? 17 minutes. I'm also very distracted on my phone.
Yeah, no shit. Let's just last 10, 15 minutes. Okay.
10 minutes. Just straight 10 minutes of talking. We got this, right? Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. You pick paper, I win.
ADHD. Kicking in.
I'm like ready for bed. I'm so exhausted.
I know.
I've done nothing all day and I'm exhausted.
I know. We're almost done.
I want to go home and cry in my bed.
All right. Biggest question I have for you.
Uh-oh. Here we go, guys.
As someone who started with us in 23 and has been part of it, technically from the OG staff, because you technically are the OG staff.
I have the highest seniority. Like, under the owners, I am the one with the highest seniority.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to sound like high power there, but that's just
he was basically the first staff member.
Yeah. That's history, baby.
As someone who wants to join us, what's the biggest thing you can tell them? What's the biggest thing you can tell them about IBH that will get them interested? If that makes sense.
Yeah. I think that burp tastes like chocolate ice cream. I think like the biggest thing, I think what really did, because I've been through like haunted houses before, so like I know like, you know, what it's like being scared.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you really want to know like a good feeling, is scaring the shit out of people for free. Like that, I will tell you, when you get to scare someone with no consequences, like, because they're willingly going in the haunted house, like you are full-fledged, you could fucking scream right in their ear. There's nothing they can do about it. I mean, yeah, they may hit you because out of fear.
Yeah,
you know, that happens. You know, that's part of the job. But I don't want to deter you because that's maybe a 1% chance of happening, even less than that.
I mean, it happens maybe once a season. I know last year one of our staff got hit. I know.
But those
23.
It also depends on how close you get to them, like how comfortable you are, because we generally do not try to touch any of the guests. So, but like we also get super close.
Yeah.
Another thing, like if you like building, or if you need something to do in the summer, or like especially if you're in high school and you need volunteer hours, we can offer you hours to come help, and we've already signed off on a few. I know that got mentioned in a few podcasts. Overall, we're very we're a small, haunt. Like that's the truth. So everyone that helps us, um, like I,
I would say actually just put that out there. I would say we're mediocre. We're a small group, but we're a mediocre haunt.
yeah,
Because the haunt we went to last year, I'm not gonna name names. The haunt we went to last year, the house home haunt that we went
oh
to,
yeah,
that is a small haunt.
yeah.
That's a small haunt. And they're just there to do it. We have built it all the way up. I would say 2022 was a small haunt.
We also
It
we're extending our trail this
also
season
it's
too.
like also you have to paint the picture of people
Yeah,
and how big. And we're pretty fucking big build wise, and we got a lot of people.
yeah.
So
But I, I mean, yeah, I knew Ian, and obviously your mom was an actor, so I knew her
Brady.
and Brady. But like, there was new people like Sebastian and Isaac I didn't know, or Belle I didn't know. I mean, I knew Charlie, I knew like Jake, but like there was all these new people that you meet like instantly, but like you're all there for like the same reason, and you build such a close bond with them because this year we're definitely going to be having like practices and like auditions, so
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be like, in the dark you're going to have to know where you are, and you're going to have to learn like where these other actors are, because you're going to be running around and you're in the woods, and there's so many like hazards in the woods, like there's roots, there's sticks, we have cords running everywhere because all the cords would come out from the generator. The speaker, you can't hear, like the speakers are so loud you can barely hear. You're pretty much like, if and this doesn't want to like, I don't want, again, like I don't want to deter you, but like if something happens, you've got to be able to like, the person behind you, in front of you, as an actor, like you're gonna end up relying on them, and like we've become all so close and
Welcoming.
welcoming with each other that it honestly it feels like a family. Because I will say, like, mom and dad over here, Brady and Ian, do fight. So it's like having two parents, to be honest. They do fight and argue, and then we're under them, obviously, because you know they want it to succeed so bad. So obviously, you're gonna have disagreements, and I think that's just part of life. And
It's part of business. It's part of
yeah,
friendship. It's part of relationships.
it gets worked out, and it works in the end. And
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's worth, like, even if like you came out for a day and like wanted to tour out the haunt just to see like what it looked like, and like if you wanted to just like be there for a build day and like see how it went, because like the build days, I can already tell you, they're not miserable, but they're tiring because it's all during the summer. It's hot, and you're sitting there and you're thinking, especially like me, Brady, Ian, and I were like, oh, what are we gonna put here? And then we're done building for the day, but that doesn't matter because as soon as we head back to our house or whatever, we're online, discussing
Yeah.
what else can we build. We're going through volunteer applications. We're looking at contracts. We're online looking at for props. Like our life, pretty much when June starts or whenever we start building this year. I know we're gonna start way sooner. It's pretty much 24/7 just haunt.
It's constantly hot. It's IBH Productions all the time. Um, Also this year, like since our social media now, we kind of are taking it from a constant to a straight up, Fahrenheit from Hershey Park, straight straight up 90 degrees.
I think this year is either
It's
gonna be
social media is blowing up.
this year is gonna be a make or break. I think.
Yeah, we really are putting everything into this.
If you guys find my AirPods case in the trail, please let me know. I lost it last season and I've yet to locate it.
Just address is on our website. Just go there. Just watch out for, his dad and stuff.
Yeah.
Just
Dude, that was
duck it,
another thing.
duck and
So
dive, Z cut.
we on the address, it got changed to like where the hunt is now, but Brady just forgot to update the close times and the open times.
Oh my
So
god.
there was a dad and kids that were looking around for like haunted places to go, and ours came up, and he showed up at like the middle of the night. It was like pitch black. Nothing was on in the haunt, so like you couldn't tell.
Our haunt was up, wasn't it?
Yeah, but nothing was on.
Yeah.
So it was just pitch black out. My poor little sister is like, Ethan, who's at the door? Ethan, who's at the door? And I'm like, I don't know. No one should be here. And so, like, of course, I'm like,
Did you
okay.
give him a card?
No, I walked out with my gun. No, I didn't walk out with my gun. I had my gun near me because obviously, like, I didn't know that it said.
Yeah.
I was not expecting someone to be there at like 9, 10.
Trial and error.
Yeah. So then I'm like, oh, well, he's standing in the middle of the yard. I don't know I don't know what he's doing. So like, I talked to him to like the screen door, and I'm like, he's like, do you have a haunt here? I'm like, oh, we do. But we're not open right now. And well, he was like, it says you are. I'm like, what do you mean it says we are? He's like, on Google. I'm like, you looked on Google for it? Because I was so surprised that he like looked up on Google and we came up as a haunt.
That was the first thing he said that. He was like, the guy said he looked us up on Google, and I was like, me and Brady are really not like, I mean, like when we did the Google stuff, um, we were checking it like every day, and it was like, oh, your location has 900 views, and I'm like, oh, sick, like 900 people saw our location. So like for Ethan to actually experience it, like some guy actually like doing it is funny.
It's like you closed up like a shop, and then the customer came like right when you closed, and you're like, yeah, we're not open.
Yeah.
You don't think I'm gonna be able to open this by myself and run it by myself?
Yeah, but no, I mean,
I don't even know if that guy ended up coming back anyway.
yeah,
To be honest,
I don't know, but
I was running around that first night, so I couldn't tell you.
yeah, how did you like being? I know it was hectic, but how did you like?
It's chaos, but it's like fun chaos because I know Charlie's gonna be helping me this year.
Yeah.
She originally Charlie was supposed to help me, but then
Well, we lost a lot of event staff.
Yeah, which happens, but Charlie ran the front. I just had to suck it up and deal with it. I carried a backpack around with fog juice in it, just filling up the fog machines, making sure the sound was good. It was definitely fun. It was definitely a great experience not acting and seeing the people and like their reactions this time. Like instead of like having to stay in character, I was able to actually talk to them and be like, "Hey, did you like it? What didn't you like?"
Yeah.
So I think that was the best part was like just putting a smile on everyone's faces.
Yeah, and you got to see the flaws and like all that stuff, like where people weren't getting scared and where people were getting scared, and we had too many actors here and too less actors there.
I don't think I'm gonna wear an earpiece this year, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it was just uncomfortable and
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But no, it's one of those things where it's just we just day by day and step by step, and we want to put out good product for you guys. And also, like he said, our goal is to try to get as many staff members as possible. And like,
and you don't have to do every
and that's
day.
why the biggest thing I ask people, that's why I ask all the people who come on our podcast, like biggest thing you could tell someone about doing haunt stuff, not if it's for us, if it's for anyone else, it's really just we are like the most laid back. We want everyone to be included, everyone to be welcomed, and we don't want it to feel like a job. We want you to guys to come out and enjoy the time you have and enjoy being around people and getting scared and having fun and scaring people. And also, if you don't like scaring, being part of our event staff. Our event staff is also like part of our backbone of our thing. Running the front, running a table. We had a candy table or, donation table or all that. Like every position, every spot in our haunt is so crucial. Makeup.
It's so vital.
Yeah.
Everyone relies on each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it great.
And the biggest thing too, sorry to cut you off.
Fine.
Biggest thing too is like if we get enough staff, it also gives breaks for other people. Like I said this in the last podcast with Christian. If we get 20, 30 staff who can do all the days, I can call someone else and be like, listen, hey, you can take the day off here. Don't come in, or you can come in and we'll throw you in an IBH shirt. We'll get you an IBH shirt and you can work staff instead.
We'll give you a radio. Go out there. See ya.
You know, like, we want to get to that point where we're not constantly going for 5 days straight or constantly going week after week after week. You know, we want to be able to take care of you guys. And like, we always will take care of you guys no matter what. But really, if you really are interested and you really want to, please just email me. My email is down below. I'll ask you a couple questions. And when we get closer to this season, we'll obviously have a meeting. Obviously,
we're gonna have to have a build meeting, especially with the people who want to help.
Build meeting, actor meeting, all that stuff. Like, really, just don't let any of this deter you from coming, because when you do it, it's a very easy process. I'm not telling you have to go through freaking
9 weeks of training.
9 weeks of training and, doing push-ups every second. No, we're not gonna do that. We literally, you fill out a contract, you fill out, the application form. We give you a contract. We talk to you. We get to know you, and then you maybe will have 2 training sessions where we just walk you through how to do stuff to teach you how to become an actor, all of that. It's really fun. We're looking forward to it. I want to thank Ethan as always. Like, he's been killing it with everything. Make sure, if you have TikTok, make sure you follow us on TikTok. It's going to be starting to blow up. Clips of our
shits and giggles,
our podcast, clips of our podcast, clips of clips that we took during last year's haunt. Like the last one was our last year's haunt. Like, just anything. If you guys want to be part of the IBH team, please email me down below. It's a very easy process. We'll get you guys going, be part of our team, and hopefully that you guys can grow with us as a haunt. And yeah, but no, we appreciate you, Ethan, as always. Thank you guys for coming and watching another podcast. If you want to be on a podcast too, just let us know if you're in the area of us. But yeah, comment, like, subscribe, tell us what you want us to talk about, because when we get new staff, when we get the same staff that's already been on, we're going to be talking about comments, or taking your comments and talking about those. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys in the next one. See you guys. So anticlimactic. It really is. Every time I end it, it's so anticlimactic.